Now moving to fight number 3, it will be an amateur featherweight contest under C-class rules. And introducing first, out of the red corner, Courtney, Wonder Woman Rose.
Fighting out of Tribal here in Caloundra on the Sunshine Coast. First of our women's fight. Fought on the last Coastal Combat and picked up the unanimous decision. So no doubt looking to make that 2-0 here tonight.
Yeah, so making the walk, like you mentioned, Anton, the second time 1-0 at this point in her career, and looked pretty good in her debut against Megan Weir, getting the unanimous decision victory. So training with the team out of Tribal MMA. She is certainly well versed here in the arts, and as she makes her way to the prep point, pretty star-studded corner. The father-son duo there, Older Birches and Gus Bomber as well, helping with the jiu-jitsu side of things. So 30 years of age, and of course Courtney, the partner of a 6-1 professional featherweight, Mitch Herron. I saw Mitch here in the crowd earlier tonight. He's coming off a pretty spectacular head kick KO himself, so maybe we'll get the opportunity to see him in the Coastal Combat cage soon.
A lot of talent in their household, that's for sure. Be crazy to see both of them fighting on the same card on the same night.
Yeah. Recently saw it in the UFC actually with Montana and Mark De La Rosa.
And he did an excellent job. You know, he picked up the loss, but he pulled it together and really worked well in the corner for her to make sure, you know, the coming off that loss, that attitude did not get passed on to her coming into her fight. So I thought that was an exceptional job, and it was great to see.
So as we see Carl Anderson doing the prep point, Courtney Wonder Woman Rose that makes the walk into the Coastal Combat cage for the second time here this evening.
And introducing her opponent out of the blue corner, Amanda Nowland.
I was just going to say, could you imagine how they solve problems at home, Courtney and Mitch, you know? Who's doing the dishes? Let's roll for it.
And here we have Amanda Nowland, all smiles as she has been all week. She looked like she was going to a birthday party, not a cage fight on the walk last time, and it's the exact same here this evening. She is loving it here tonight, training under Fifth Wave MMA and Ignite Martial Arts. It is Claire Fryer in her corner, her chief corner. Claire, of course, a pioneer of women's MMA here in Australia, Anton.
Yeah, I mean, far out. Claire's done a lot of things. So there's a lot of experience that she can pass on to new and upcoming females, which is great to see. Amanda's a lovely age of 38, nearly one of the oldest fighters that we have on the card, but that definitely doesn't mean she's not capable of mixing it up with the young ones. And we know, Ryan Dunstan runs Ignite Martial Arts out of Caloundra. One of the more experienced coaches in Australia. Had a lot to do with Ben Wall and Brendan O'Reilly, both UFC vets. Just can't seem to wipe the smile off her face. She too is coming off a win, but back on Coastal Combat number 5. Another C-class fight, meaning no strikes to the head once it hits the ground.
So ladies and gentlemen, fight number 3 this evening is an amateur featherweight contest which will be contested under C-class rules over 3 3-minute rounds. And introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, she weighed in at 67.9 kilos and trains out of Tribal MMA, holding an undefeated amateur record of 1 win and 0 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Courtney Wonder Woman Rose. And her opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, she weighed in at 68.1 kilos and trains out of Ignite Martial Arts and Fifth Wave MMA, also holding an undefeated amateur record of 1 win and 0 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Amanda Nowland. And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Thomas Churchill.
Ooh, straight into it. No feeling out process from these two girls, that's for sure. Courtney's come straight in, looking for those big strikes.
Yep, and already we're seeing some counter right hands thrown there from Wonder Woman. In Amanda Nowland's first fight, we did make note a lot of how good her jab was. And would you look at this, Courtney Rose just coming after Amanda Nowland early on.
But Amanda's doing a good job keeping that guard nice and tight, so deflecting a lot of those shots. Oh, that jab.
Nice right hand lands there. Courtney Rose with a big flurry. Amanda Nowland doing her best to cover up.
Little stumble. Gave Amanda the break she needed in that one.
So, of course, as we mentioned, both ladies had their debuts on Coastal Combat and were both victorious. Megan Weir back in September of last year got the unanimous decision over Megan Weir. A little longer out of the cage for Kira Lee Botfield. Been about a year, almost to the day. 23rd of February last year saw her debut. For Amanda Nowland there, I should say.
Courtney's coming in a lot of those wide punches. I wouldn't mind seeing Amanda straighten up, come straight down the middle. She's doing a great job using her head to force Amanda up against the cage. Nice head pressure.
So a bit of cage time here, about halfway through the first round, and a very strong start to the opening stanza for Courtney Rose. Wonder Woman now with one underhook up against the fence and firing a couple shots to the body there with the free hand.
Wonder if she can keep this intensity up for the 3 rounds if Amanda makes it out of that first.
So nice knee to the body there from Courtney Rose. Worth noting in C class,
switch.
in C class, no knees to the head. So frantic pace in this first round, Anton.
Oh,
and
lovely
there we
jab
see the
from
jab.
Amanda. There's that jab fighter we've known from Amanda.
Yeah, so
holding their hands a little bit lower as we make it into that last minute of this round.
So both these ladies were very excited for this fight. It really made sense coming into this card. They both wanted another fight, and both 1-0 in their previous Coastal Combat bouts. It was a pretty easy one for Joel Zepasvari to slap together. The fight really made itself, and neither lady hesitated when they got the call. Some big shots landed. Amanda Nowland in a spot of trouble here. Courtney Rose pouring on the pressure.
She needs to close that distance, wrap her up. Beautiful jobbing at slowing her down, giving herself a little bit of Rutiva, turning her straight up against the cage, throwing those knees. Doing some lovely knees to the leg to finish off the round from Amanda Nowland.
So strong opening round there for Courtney Rose. I would assume that's how the judges will see it anyway. Now we'll see for the first time tonight the corner team's going to work. In the corner there for Amanda Nowland, it is Claire Fryer, Chris Hay doing the deed there, and then the tribal corner we see the father-son duo, Mr. Connor and Paul Birch. So Connor Birch has a fight upcoming actually in a few weeks. Very excited to see him take on Isaac Thompson.
Oh, that is going to be a very exciting
Fantastic fight, that one, yeah. So as we mentioned earlier, the lady there giving the instructions to Amanda Nowland, Claire Fryer, she is the head coach at Fifth Wave MMA, and we really can't stress enough how much she's done for women's mixed martial arts here in this country. She is the definition of a trailblazer in that respect, and it's fantastic to see Coastal Combat continuing to promote the ladies' side of the sport, because we have seen some
cracking
epic
fights,
women's bouts over our six promotions to date.
Oh, no touch gloves. No.
Okay.
That's fine.
Left it out there for a while though, didn't she?
Yeah. Lucky that Courtney didn't throw.
So it was very interesting between the two, looking at them as they made their walk to the cage. I mean, Courtney Rose, she was all business. She certainly had the intensity on her face, whereas, like we mentioned on the walkout, Amanda Nowland looked happy to be here.
Still got that smile on her face while they're trading blows. I would like to see Amanda actually throw a right hand. Give Courtney something to think about, but some lovely knees to the body.
Yeah, she is very lead hand dominant, Anton, you're right. Looks like a bit of swelling under the left eye there of Amanda Nowland brewing as well. That'd be from those right hands that we saw land from Courtney Rose in the first round. And once again, so really like the the game plan here from Tribal MMA, it's quite clear that Courtney and the team at Tribal identified that Amanda's jab was her strong punch, and she's doing she's slipping the jab and trying to come back with that heavy overhand right, and she's found a home for it a few times.
They've definitely done their homework. It's definitely paying off so far. Both girls showing some signs of fatigue after that high energy first round. Oh, lovely stiff jab from Courtney.
So Courtney's boxing looking fantastic here in the first couple of rounds. Claire Fryer screaming at Amanda Nowland to follow up that jab.
Well, Courtney's hesitating, or trying to pick that timing of that jab, and if Amanda can use that, she might be able to land a few more strikes before it connects.
Big shots! The three-piece there from Courtney Rose.
Courtney's a lot more relaxed in this round. She's picking her shots a little bit better. Amanda definitely needs to change up the strikes that she's throwing. Courtney's starting to pick that timing very well.
Courtney's doing a great job of punching in combinations as well. Might not be landing the first shot, but number 2 and number 3 is certainly finding the home. As we see the jabs there again.
Oh, lovely
Nowland.
overhand jab. Across though.
Some feinting now from Wonder Woman. So 10-second clapper here as we will see the close of the second round for the first time tonight. It looks like we will be going to the third and final.
Lovely dumping around from Courtney there.
So interesting spot here for Amanda Nowland to now be in. I mean, conventional wisdom would likely tell you she's probably down 2 rounds. What are you saying if you're in the corner there for the lady in the blue?
If I was Claire, I'd definitely be telling her that she definitely needs to throw in combos. That one-off jab is just not doing enough to disrupt Courtney's rhythm. Courtney's got her timing. She's picking the shots because there's only one coming at her. She's not changing it up. So if I was Claire, I'd be definitely telling her to change up the strikes, lead with the cross, give her something that she hasn't seen for the first 2 rounds. What about yourself? What would you be saying if you were in Courtney's corner at the moment?
Well, Anton, I think it's just more of the same. It's look for the timing on that jab, look for your combos, look for that counter right hand. It would seem as though Courtney Rose is executing the game plan to a T here this evening so far in the opening 2 rounds.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't be telling Courtney to do much else.
Absolutely not, Anton. Absolutely not. So Courtney Rose, a little acknowledgement to the crowd. She's enjoying herself here in her sophomore outing in her mixed martial arts career. Thomas Churchill claps us in for round number 3. And straight back to that jab is Amanda Nowland. So Courtney Rose going low with the leg kick there.
Courtney's getting a little bit of side-to-side movement now as well. She's really getting comfortable. She's really getting settled in. She knows that jabs, that pretty much all that's coming at her. So she's starting to look up. She's starting to feel a bit more comfortable with her counters.
Yeah, that's right, Anton. It'd be Amanda Nowland just needs to land something to get the respect of Courtney Rose, because at the moment she's just having a field day countering that jab.
Lovely uppercut. Lovely 3s and 4s from Courtney.
So goes low with the leg kick there. So I know that Courtney did want to give a special shout to Jimmo Rangi, who she does list as her boxing coach. I'm sure wherever Jimmo is, he'd be watching, very proud. Rips to the body in the clinch here. Nice wrist control from Amanda Nowland as she looks for a couple of knees and a leg kick.
Nice lead left hook off the break there from Courtney.
So half a round to go. Courtney Rose.
Definitely 2.5 rounds up so far. Amanda's going to need something special in this last half of this third round if she wants to cinch this win.
Another nice overhand right after that jab. Absolutely fantastic performance so far from Wonder Woman.
So comfortable. She's throwing in Superman punches, living up to her name.
So Wonder Woman feeling super comfortable in there now. With just on a minute to go. Switches stances momentarily.
When she switches stance, I'd love to see Amanda throw that straight right, maybe catch her in the middle, off balance. Throw some dirty boxing here. She's got control of that head. She can't knee to the face in C-class rules.
So 30 seconds to go is a right hand whiffs by from Wonder Woman. Let's see if Amanda Nowland tries to turn up the heat here. Time ticking away. Could we see Courtney Rose on her way to her second consecutive victory inside the Coastal Combat cage? 10 seconds to go for these fighters.
Courtney's not willing to leave anything in the hands of the judges. I don't think she needs to be worried there.
And there we have it. Fantastic performance from both ladies. And that is why we love women's mixed martial arts. Fantastic fight. And, well, I would assume I'm going to go in there and make it official. Courtney Wonder Woman Rose likely about to move to 2-0, Anton, as we see some replays.
It's an excellent job there of catching those 3s and 4 combos on the back of that jab from Amanda. As we see, Daniel's about to enter in the cage and make it final. It's great to see women's MMA getting bigger and bigger in Australia. You know, there's not much depth there at the moment, but it's only getting bigger every year. It's great to see. There's some exceptional talent around Australia, and I can't wait to see them perform at the top levels.
So, ladies and gentlemen, our referee has called. We go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges scored about 30-27, 30-27, and 30-26 for your winner by unanimous decision in the red corner, Courtney Wonder Woman Rose. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with your winner, moving to 2-0 now as an amateur, Courtney Wonder Woman Rose, with a very dominant win here tonight. Talk to me a little bit about the fight, Courtney, and how it played out relative to your expectations.
I was hoping to finish the fight quicker in the first round. I did thrill rounds last time. I just wanted to get out of there, but she could take a punch, hey? And I knew she came out with heaps of jabs, and I just tried to get past them, and I knew she was a distance fighter, so it was a matter of getting in and out as quick as I could and keep moving.
Well, you stuck to the game plan beautifully. It was very clear that you and your team at Tribal MMA did the homework about the jab, and some beautiful counter right hands found the home. Give me a little bit of insight into what your training is like with the team from Tribal.
The trainers are unbelievable. They're there day in, day out. They do one-on-ones with you whenever you want. They're just a phone call away, and they just don't stop, plus their own training on top of it. You know, I might be called Wonder Woman, but they're the Wonder Team, so yeah. And it's not just the coaches, it's every single one. Like Summer, she's here today, she comes down, she just won her Muay Thai fight today. She's a little pocket rocket, she spars with me and she cleans me up, so it's from small to big, everyone's putting in.
Well, another fantastic performance for the team. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your winner, Courtney Wonder Woman Rose.